It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And up next, we'll see the dual threat, Christian McCaffrey. He had a great week to build off of last time out, reaching triple digits and adding 2 touchdowns. It's the 49ers and the Seahawks. All that and more coming up next.
From the future site of Super Bowl 60 in a few years' time, there's a look inside Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara. Up next, a good one in the NFC West and a wild card rematch from a year ago, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen them. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. And it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads them out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great...
And right away, he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And it'll be first and goal at the 7-yard line.
After that play, I think we know one quarterback will be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
So here are the 49ers and their offense in great field position already. And they will be led out by their rookie cornerback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the 49ers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And we're going to stop play here at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
First carry here for Ken Walker. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. This defense for the Niners, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And with the playoffs ahead, this is how you build momentum because they pitched a shutout last week, and I don't care who you're playing. That's not easy to do at this level, and they're playing their best football at the right time of year.
Now Smith, he's got his target. That's complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 42 yards.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Gino. Pass incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. You look at this Niner defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for, this is what you practice for, this is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the number 1 overall offense in the league.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. Breaks a tackle. 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. It's their quarterback, 49 yards. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point just does sneak over the bar. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Well, they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Second and 10.
Smith. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. It's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Extra point, a bit of an adventure, but it does make it through. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5, 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Seahawks.
Walker now at 1st and 10. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Walker. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This will be fielded at the 17. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. Such an impressive punt return, 83 yards. And the Niners have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point just does sneak over the bar. And a rout is on here in this first half. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have been. Walker hitting the ball is out. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. As they've got it as we resume action. A shotgun snap for Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Chubb will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. During that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Geno now to throw. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. And out now come the Seahawks. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And they'll run on 3rd down with Charbonnet. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Now Geno on 1st down. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he...
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point, a bit of an adventure, but it does make it through. And the route is on here in this first half. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Thrown out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Second down, here's Charbonnet.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That second down play nets a -4.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Come on. Hey. Tempo.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Open man downfield is Hill.
Touchdown, 49ers. Tyreek Hill. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the 49ers just continue to roll. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Seahawks nothing.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever...
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Here's Smith. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. The offense on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing now is Geno. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a tough turnover there as now they will have it at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Saquon Barkley.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are pouring it on. Boy, I mean, at this point, what more do we say here? I got nothing.
And you know, so many people talk all the time about having announcer-less games, and they want that. This could be a candidate for it, because if we stay here and do this, we're going to have a lot to fill in the second half.
There's still another half.
Extra point just does sneak over the bar. And the route is on here in this first half.
This taken in at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down.
Hey, here we go. Second and 6 at the 18-yard line.
Now Smith. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5. First and goal at the 4-yard line. He'll look to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Justin Jefferson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Niners extend their lead yet again. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half.
Seahawks, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll set up a screen to Charbonnet.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
3rd and 9 here. Throwing is Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The partner of this offense, 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they'd never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's 3rd year playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where you see the final score there. Brandon Ayuk, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. The Raiders locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old tricks in that first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, 49ers. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Here's Moore. He will return it. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. On first down, Smith. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for a 49er touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Smith.
He hits his target, Lockett. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Smith. Fighting to stay upright. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 28 yards. And the 49ers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add two more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts, not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Now they'll start on the good. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
1st down Seahawks.
Straight ahead run. And he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. To throw is Smith. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Smith now to throw. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a 1st down on that last catch as well. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Fred Warner, the all-pro linebacker, there on the stop.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirl.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the 49ers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
Third down and 1. Back to throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. Still fighting. There he goes again. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A big play there. 45 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. On first down, it's Smith. Short throw to Disley. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line.
Now Geno. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on third down, Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just... And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose. But you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Back to throw, Smith. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. They can't tackle him. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 52 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come